Hello, my name is Angela and I'm making a meatloaf that my mom used to make. I don't know if you've lost anyone close to you, but when you have, sometimes making something they made for you all the time makes you feel closer to them. For this meatloaf you need 1.5 pounds of ground beef and 1 cup of breadcrumbs. It also calls for 1 cup of milk and 2 eggs. It's basically a pretty basic meatloaf. Oh, sorry, that's only 1 egg. I didn't pay attention to my recipe. It's a pretty basic meatloaf recipe. It's not about what you put in the meatloaf. It's more about what you put on the meatloaf that makes this meatloaf different. And then you have some onions. You don't have to use a cup of onions. If you don't really like onions that well, you can just put a few. A lot of people like parsley in theirs. I don't put it in there because my family is strange and they don't like it. And then you just put some salt and pepper to taste. And then you just mix everything together. And you preheat your oven to 350. And after you get it all mixed, then you put it into a meatloaf pan and you bake it for 50 minutes, and then we'll come back and do the topping, and I'll show you how that is after we baked it for the 50 minutes. The part of this meatloaf that's unique is the topping that you put on it, and you put a bunch of ketchup like we already have in the bowl, and then you add some mustard and some brown sugar. Usually you want to put just a little bit of mustard because it gets overpowering. And then you want to put some brown sugar in there. And these are not really measured out, it's just basically to taste. Just some brown sugar. And then you mix it up and it should be an orangish color, a really light orange once you get it all mixed together. And my family loves the sauce, so we end up making a lot of extra sauce because we usually bake some on top of the meatloaf. And we also have some on the side to dip the extra meat into. So this is about the color you're looking for. Some people like it a little sweeter, a little tangier. Just add more brown sugar or add more mustard, depending on what you like. And then you just put it all over the meatloaf. And then you bake it for another 10 minutes in the oven just to make the sauce warm and get it kind of crystallized on the meatloaf. And now we're going to take the meatloaf out of the oven. Hopefully I don't burn myself because it's kind of heavy. As you can see, it kind of caramelizes on the top of the meatloaf. And we have extra sauce because my family really likes the sauce. And you can serve it with a vegetable and some mashed potatoes. And you won't even need gravy because you can just stir the sauce into your mashed potatoes. Hope you all enjoy this, and I hope to see some of your recipes that remind you of your family members that have passed on.